I thought I could sneak around with my tattooed gym trainer while my husband raised our kids, until he rang the doorbell, said I'm here for Sarah, and my 7-year-old waved goodbye from the backseat as my family drove off without me. I'm sitting in my car outside Ryan's apartment building at 2 a.m., mascara streaked down my face, knowing I just destroyed the best thing that ever happened to me. 3 hours ago, I was in his bed. 3 hours ago, I was telling myself this was just physical. 3 hours ago, I thought I could have both. Mark and I had been together for 8 years. Married for 5. 2 beautiful kids, Emma, 7, and Jake, 4. He was stable, loving, predictable. He brought me coffee every morning and never missed a soccer game. But somewhere along the way, I convinced myself that stable meant boring. That predictable meant I was settling. My friends didn't help. Sarah kept showing me her Tinder matches, bragging about the excitement, the butterflies. "You're so lucky you don't have to deal with dating," she'd say, but her eyes said something else. Like I was missing out. Like I was trapped while she was living. Instagram made it worse. Seeing college friends with their hot girl summer posts, the spontaneous trips, the champagne brunches. Meanwhile, I was meal prepping on Sundays and watching Bluey for the 100th time. Don't get me wrong, I loved my kids. But I started feeling invisible. Like I was just mom, just wife. Never just me. Ryan was different. A trainer at my gym, all tattoos and dangerous smiles. He made me feel seen again. Desired. When he'd spot me during workouts, his hands would linger. When he'd text me motivation quotes, they felt personal. Intimate. I told myself it was harmless. Just flirting. Just attention. I deserved to feel wanted, didn't I? Mark barely looked up from his laptop anymore. We hadn't had real sex in months, just the obligatory weekend routine. I was withering away, and Ryan made me bloom again. The first time we kissed was after a late training session. I'd scheduled it for 8 p.m., after Mark put the kids to bed. I told him I was trying a new class. Another lie in a growing collection. Ryan tasted like mint and danger. His hands were rough from the weights, not soft like Mark's office hands. When he pulled away, I knew I should leave. I knew I should never come back. Instead, I scheduled another session for Thursday. It escalated over 6 weeks. Stolen kisses became stolen hours. Hotel rooms during my lunch breaks. I'd come home to my family with his scent still on my skin, playing the perfect wife and mother while my phone buzzed with his messages. I became an expert liar. Spinning elaborate stories about work projects and girls' nights. Creating fictional friends who needed my support. Mark trusted me completely, which made it both easier and more devastating. The kids started noticing changes. Emma asked why I was always on my phone now. Jake wanted to know why I seemed sad during his bedtime stories. I was physically present but emotionally absent, daydreaming about Ryan's hands, his voice, the way he made me feel alive. I justified everything. Mark and I had grown apart naturally. This wasn't about love, just excitement. I wasn't hurting anyone if I was discreet. I'd end it soon anyway. Just needed to feel like myself again first. But Ryan wasn't just fun and games like I pretended. He was possessive, demanding. Started showing up at places he knew I'd be. Made comments about Mark that crossed lines. I ignored the red flags because admitting them meant admitting I'd thrown away my marriage for someone who wasn't even worth it. The end came on a Tuesday. Mark had taken a sick day, something he never did. When I texted Ryan that I couldn't meet, he showed up at our house. Actually rang the doorbell while my husband was home. I watched through the kitchen window as Mark answered the door. Saw Ryan's cocky smile as he asked for me. Heard him say, "Tell Sarah her trainer's here to pick up her equipment." Mark's face went white. He knew. In that instant, he knew everything. 8 years of trust, 5 years of marriage, 2 children, our entire life together, crumbled in the space between Ryan's smirk and Mark's silence. I don't remember what I said when Mark walked back into the kitchen. Something about it not being what it looked like. But we both knew exactly what it looked like. And we both knew I'd been lying for months. He didn't yell. Didn't throw things. Just looked at me like I was a stranger and said, "Pack a bag. The kids and I are staying at my mom's tonight. I want you gone when we get back." Then he went upstairs to get Emma and Jake, his voice calm and steady as he told them they were having a sleepover at Grandma's. They were excited. They had no idea their mommy had just blown up their entire world. I watched my family drive away in Mark's car, Emma's little hand pressed against the back window, waving goodbye to a woman who no longer deserved to be their wife and mother.